public official for the better part of my life is that when you embark on something new, you have to plan for it, and you have to work together, and you have to be willing to distill all the facts and get the information. But that if you don't try something new, then you're going to be stuck with the old. And the answer is that if the new brings the promise of reviving your communities, you have to prepare for it, because it is an act of preparation, and it is something that you have to do in order to make sure that your quality of life goes on. But the choice is always hard, no matter where you live in New York State or anywhere you live in the country, and that is if your choice is between going nowhere and going somewhere, then if you're going to go somewhere, go plan. We used to call the AAA years ago to get one of those road ticket maps, which used to tell us every turn and everything else like that. That was planning. These kind of conferences tell you that not only what the science of the subject is and the economics of the subject, that this is what others experience, but if you don't try, you'll never experience it. The idea that you can stay stagnant the rest of your lives as elected officials and as community citizens and not take a chance means that you're doomed for whatever your destiny is, and you're never going to move forward. No one said this is an easy task for the people in this room and for the people in the state. But on the other hand, as you travel around the state and you realize that there are opportunities in upstate New York that they've never had before, those are choices that you make as public officials and as citizens. But to do nothing means that you'll have nothing at the end of the day, and to do something means that you got to prepare for it and plan for it. And I think that's the answer. So yes, shale gas represents what we think is a golden opportunity. And the flip side of it is you have to become a vital part of the process to make sure that you can gain the benefits and handle what's come with it. But once again, the governor now is talking about casino gambling and 2 constitutional amendments, the first of which passed the legislature, and then there's going to be another one before it goes to the public for a vote. But there's a lot of planning involved in that, because if in any state that bases its hope and its future on casino gambling alone is making a very bad bet. Without planning, without regulations, without caution to make sure that it's done right, it doesn't happen. If I like to consider myself a realist, I think that gas exploration in New York State is a lot better thing to bet on than casino gambling, because in the meantime, as we do nothing in New York, Pennsylvania, as the good doctor will issue, is eating our lunch every day, as are other states. We fall behind because we do nothing. And there are people who want us to do nothing, and that's really the challenge. So we sort of have to rise above the occasion and say, this is our opportunity to do something positive, but understand that, yeah, there's potholes along the way. But the fact of the matter is, if you do nothing, you have nothing. And what we're going to do is that the buffet is open, but we're going to start with questions and answers. And please feel free to walk up, take your lunch, and as we continue, we will spend at least an hour on Q&A. I do want to share an experience with you that I talked to the Assemblyman earlier today, because he's living it, because Assemblyman Friend is in Chemung County. County executive in his annual message indicated that their hotel tax revenues are up by 11%, their sales tax revenues are up by 18%, they're building new hotels, they're building new restaurants. The airport has more air traffic than it's ever had before. It was, 3 planes a day they considered a lot of traffic. Now they've got a lot more people coming in there because they want to go to Pennsylvania, and they're interested in the nature of the industry, and they're involved. And so Chemung County is experiencing a boom because of what's going on next door, and there are other border counties who have the same thing. So that, we're getting some minor peripheral benefits, but there's no question that the future could hold a lot more, if we allow it to. But we'd like to open up the floor to questions, and don't be bashful if you want to go have lunch. We're urging you to do so, but please, above all, take advantage. There's a lot of talent here. There's a lot of people who've dedicated their lives to your quality of life and to better information for you, and they're happy to answer those questions. So